My life today looks nothing like it did at all 5 years ago. I would have never imagined that this would be the life that I'm living.
I actually have a life now, which is awesome. I didn't have one before, really. Not one to be proud of anyways.
I live in a beautiful area, I play sports, I love sports. It's really kind of easy to make me happy.
I surf, I dive, I stand-up paddle, I go on trips with friends. I have a ton of friends today that actually care about me.
I graduated college and got my certificate, and I got married in recovery. So in our wedding we had like over 100 years in just our bridal party of recovery, and everybody the next day remembered it.
You know, it's such a cliche, that cheesy line of my worst day sober is still better than my best day high, but it's the truth.
I love having real friendships where we're honest, we follow through with each other, and we're there for each other.
Talking about waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go snowboarding, you know. Well, I'm able to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm able to drive, I'm able to do this, I'm able to use my money, I'm able to do all this other fun stuff.
I find such happiness in just watching a movie, really just having a bed.
I have a husband who's wonderful, and so we've been married almost a year now, and we have 2 lovely puppies.
I go to amusement parks, I go to karaoke bars and sing Eminem for all the drunk people, but I go with sober people, so I mean it's just as fun.
It's not so much that I have, you know, the $1 million home or all these external things, it's that I really appreciate who I am today on the inside and where I'm at.
When I talk at the schools and stuff, a lot of times, you know, I'll say I had fun, and then it was fun with problems, and then it was just problems. I became a slave. It got to the point where I woke up in the morning, and all I thought about was who am I going to steal from? Who do I have to jack to get high? And that was my entire existence. So I wasn't living anymore.
That's the definition of an alcoholic or a drug addict, is continued use of a chemical despite the negative consequences. That definition works good, it's really brief. It doesn't confuse the issue about how much you're taking and what drug you're taking or how frequently you take it. All my patients continue to take their chemical despite the negative consequences. DUIs, losing their liver, losing their spouse, losing their job, horrible hangovers, it doesn't stop them.
It's evil, and it's one of the worst things that a family can experience.
It's a brain disorder, and what really helps people a lot with their recovery is to get to that and look at what's driving that use. A lot of people are not just using substances because of wanting to have this grand time, but for real disorders that are happening. So, you know, depression and anxiety and not being able to sleep is a big factor for many people, even before the use starts.
Most people who end up getting overtaken by addictions, they've had a broken heart somewhere along the way. And really, with all the work I do, I focus on heart issues. And when people tell their story and there's someone else that hears and validates their journey and can understand and help them connect some pieces, hope begins to be born. And they begin to feel that maybe they too can get well when another human being is alongside them for their journey.
When someone comes up and actually asks for help, then the simple question is, do you want what I have? In terms of sobriety, because, you know, don't drive the greatest of trucks and don't do the greatest things, but in terms of sobriety, do you want what I have? And generally always the answer is yes. I want to be able to be clean, I want to be able to be sober.
It's essential that the addict or alcoholic opens their heart and their mind and start accepting the gift of sobriety, the gift of friendship, the gift of love, because the drug itself beats you down.
Once your child is in treatment, don't give up. Don't give up on your son or daughter. Continue to show the love and the support. You don't want to enable at all, but you also don't want to turn your backs on your own child. So continue to support them, give them all the love that you can, and walk them through this.
If I hadn't had my parents' support and if they weren't, you know, encouraging, and I didn't apologize to them, and we didn't learn to love each other on more than like a superficial level, I don't think I would be as at peace as I am today.
It just takes time for the dust to settle, and their brains have to heal. So it's a process.
I guess the biggest message would be it takes willingness to want it. And some people never get that chance. I mean, they die before they get the chance to be willing to get this. And I can say out of 14 years of using and doing all that stuff, compared to the 4 years I have, the fun and the quality of life is so much better in comparison to the 14 years.
I was blinded to the fact that all I cared about was me and getting my drugs and getting it my way. And through recovery, that was one of the harder things for me to swallow early on, was that it's not all about me all the time. What do you mean? And I've learned to care about others. I've learned to care about myself so I can care about others.
There's a void in the heart that people and addicts have used to fill with substance because of that void, whether it be fear, whether it be loss of sense of being a teenager, struggles, divorce, whatever the hole in the heart is that teenagers and young adults search for in drugs and alcohol to make that hole fill. Giving back fills that void in that heart.
Giving back does help me to not want to use drugs again, because I speak my testimony and I share it to young people all over California, and the responses I get back from these kids are so inspiring, and they just make me feel good inside, and it makes me realize that giving back to others is what I'm meant to do. So.
Recovery is hope. There's hope in life. There's so much to be had, and there's so much to give, and there's so much hope for all of those out there. I was a bottom of the barrel, sitting in prison, junkie, and I'm here today, clean and sober and happy. And if there's hope for me, there's hope for you.
The things that I have today, and not materialistically, but like the people that I have, and the quality of the people, the quality of the relationships I have. It's just incredible. I have this clarity, you know, so that if I wake up in the morning, I know exactly where I'm at, I know why I'm there, I have a plan for the day, and if I make mistakes throughout the day, which I do, you know, I'll make a mistake, I'll lie, or I'll be rude, or I'll be selfish, or whatever the things are that I do. At the end of the day, I still have a chance because I haven't closed that door yet. Every day that I'm not loaded, every day I'm sober, that door is still open for me. I can still go through to the next day. I can make things right that I made wrong. I can clean up my mess today.
There is hope. There is a life beyond what you're going through. And it's so worth it. I could not imagine my life without the use of drugs. Could not. And if I got to see this, you know, for back then, I wouldn't have believed you. I thought it absolutely ridiculous. There's no way.
There is hope because I'm here today, because I have been hopeless to the point to where I was ready to take my own life, where I couldn't imagine trying to dig myself out of this hole of dependence, addiction, just absolute chaos. And just believing in something bigger than myself and believing in the people around me that it is possible to get clean, no matter. I used opiates on a daily basis for 13 years. I never thought I could imagine life clean and sober, and I have.
I get to live today. The fact is that nobody's gonna have to bury me in a box and say, this girl wasted her life. Why couldn't she get it? Like, the hope for me is that by the time I leave this world, I will have put a mark on it, and that it only takes one person to change a whole bunch of people. And I guess for me, that's hope that I get to experience life without having to get loaded in order to experience it and then not even remember it.
If you're young in sobriety, you want to still have fun. Just because you're sober enough doesn't mean that life is over, that it's to the grind. The world opens up even more. The amount of fun that I had while I was out there, and I was a bit of a party animal, you know, I'll admit that, but the amount of fun that I had while I was out there pales in comparison to what I'm experiencing today.
There is hope. There are people that are willing to help and willing to talk to you if you're going through something. I mean, if I can do it, if other people I know can do it, I've seen people pretty bad and worse off than me, and they live awesome lives. So, like, whatever you're going through, somebody else probably has gone through the same thing. So there is hope out there.
There is a life outside of using drugs and drinking, and they have so many opportunities and they don't need to mess it up by doing drugs.
This song right here is for all my best friends that have passed away from drug overdose and the ones that are still suffering. Don't be overtaken by drugs. Don't give in. Just get out. Right now. Listen. A lot of things have changed in the city I live in. So many beautiful people been hurt by addiction. Prescription pills killing the youth. Ignoring the signs and not seeing the truth. We chose to step up and fight for people like you. See, I was once addicted, but with hope I fought through. It's one big decision to determine your existence. Either break out of the chains or get stuck in a prison. This is a beautiful life, you gotta live it to the fullest. Instead of being overtaken, learn to control it. We all got troubles, we all got pain. Just because you do a drug, it doesn't take it away. Look at all the people living life sober today. So many smiles, we just happy every breath that we take. I encourage you to stop killing time in your body. Look at us now, I feel like nothing can stop me. Look at all the people living life sober today. So many smiles, we just happy every breath that we take. I encourage you to stop killing time in your body. Look at us now, I feel like nothing can stop me. Can't stop me, I'm too far past it. No more drugs and I feel fantastic. Everything's changed and it feels so drastic. Open up my eyes, I'm not seeing through plastic. Everything was blurry in the past, it's clear now. Happiness, love, and emotions all I feel now. Thankful for each blink, thankful for each breath. Thankful to be alive, thankful that I'm in check. One day at a time, now I got a clear mind. All I see is sunshine, warms up the heart, lights up the dark, sets like a spark. It's time to do your part, let's do it now. Look at all the people living life sober today. So many smiles, we just happy every breath that we take. I encourage you to stop killing time in your body. Look at us now, I feel like nothing can stop me. Look at all the people living life sober today. So many smiles, we just happy every breath that we take. I encourage you to stop killing time in your body. Look at us now, I feel like nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop us, man. You could get clean too. Just gotta put your mind and your heart to it. We're all here for you. Don't give in. Just get out.
Be a good influence.
Encourage others.
You matter.
Yesterday is history.
The opportunities are endless.
Help is available, and so is hope.
Don't be overtaken.
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 Imagine your life in 10 years. Where do you choose to be? Don't be overtaken.